Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Hugo Ernesto Zuniga. Zuniga was shot and killed on Wednesday, September 16, 2020 in the 2000 block of East 105th Street in Watts, according to LA County coroner records. Daquan Tyrese Hubbard was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. At defendant's trial, the court admitted video footage depicting relevant events. The videos were from a law enforcement officer's dashcam and video surveillance from cameras. Those videos showed that at about 7:07 p.m. on September 16, 2020, defendant was on Lou Dillon Avenue. An Infiniti and a Honda were nearby. The Infiniti was registered to Francisco Gonzalez, defendant's friend and fellow gang member. Defendant, wearing red shorts and a white shirt, got into the Honda's front passenger seat. A second man, who has never been identified, wearing a yellow shirt, got into the Honda's driver's seat. Around this time, Deputy Sheriff Gustavo Castañeda was at 105th Street and Lou Dillon conducting surveillance for an unrelated matter. The deputy had started following a suspect in that unrelated matter when a Honda followed by an Infiniti pulled in front of him. The Infiniti in front of the deputy stopped and the Honda in front of the Infiniti slowed. Video showed a gun with a silver slide being pointed from the Honda's front passenger seat at a man on the street, and a white or light colored shirt can be seen on the front passenger side. 10 to 15 shots were fired at the victim on the street, who died having been shot 8 times. The deputy maneuvered around the Infiniti and followed the Honda to the area of 112th Street and Compton Avenue near Nickerson Gardens, where the deputy lost sight of the Honda. Minutes after the shooting, the Honda returned to Nickerson Gardens and parked in the lot on Parmalee Avenue, where the defendant's friend Drake Dodson lived. Defendant, still wearing a white shirt and red shorts, got out of the Honda's front passenger seat and walked to Dodson's residence, appearing to hold his right hand close to his side. Defendant soon exited Dodson's residence and returned to the Honda, but he was no longer holding his right hand close to his side. From the area where the victim was shot, law enforcement recovered 13 casings. From Dodson's Parmalee residence, they recovered a silver 9mm semi-automatic gun inside a pot filled with uncooked beans. The casings from the crime scene were fired from the gun recovered at Dodson's residence. Dodson told an officer during an interview that defendant called and asked Dodson to hold the gun for him. However, at trial, Dodson would not identify who gave him the gun, responding no comment when asked if the person who gave him the gun was in the courtroom. Officers recovered red shorts, a gun magazines, and ammunition from defendant's girlfriend's home. In an interview with detectives after his arrest, defendant said the red shorts were his. Cell site analysis of phone records showed that defendant's cell phone was in the area of the crime scene and Nickerson Gardens where the victim was shot. Defendant and Dodson's cell phones were in contact during these events. Officer John Byan testified as the people's gang expert. He described gang culture, saying that gangs thrive on respect and gain it by having a violent reputation. To earn respect and status, gang members put in work. Fudge Mafia Crips originated in the mid-1970s as a dance crew called For the Money. Fudge Mafia Crips territory extends from 103rd Street to Santa Ana Boulevard in the south, to Wilmington Avenue in the west, and Wagon Avenue on the east. The gang has at least 3 sets, 105th, 107th, and T-Funk Riders. It has about 100 members in the Watts area of Los Angeles, 15 of whom are active members. Fudgetown Mafia is rivals with Watts Vadio Grape Street and Grape Street Crips. Although there was no evidence that the victim was a gang member, the area in which he was shot was in Watts Vadio Grape Street territory. In Officer Byan's opinion, Gonzalez, to whom the Infiniti was registered, Dodson, and defendant were active Fudgetown Mafia gang members. Dodson and defendant had admitted to another officer that they were members of Fudgetown Mafia. Following the trial, the jury found defendant guilty of first-degree murder and found true the gang and gun allegations. On January 18, 2022, the court sentenced defendant, who had a prior strike, to a total of 75 years to life. Hugo Ernesto Zuniga was 35 years old at the time of death.